Thursday evening, May the 7th, 1959. We're stepping into a place that was never built for our beautiful game, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, a football stadium, a track and field cathedral, the home once upon a time of an Olympic flame, and on this night, the home of the largest crowd to ever witness a game between two Major League ball clubs. 93,103 souls. Let that number roll around in your mind for a moment. 93,000, more than the population of most American cities at the time. They came pouring down the Pasadena freeway. They came in streetcars and in Studebakers, in Chevys and in cabs. Fathers carrying sons on their shoulders, grandmothers in their Sunday dresses. They came from Boyle Heights and Bel Air and every neighborhood in between. 15,000 more were turned away at the gate, and they did not come because the Dodgers were playing the Yankees. No, my friends. They came for a man who could not walk to the plate. They came for Roy Campanella, Campy, three-time National League Most Valuable Player, the barrel-chested catcher with the smile that could light up Ebbets Field, the man who, alongside Jackie Robinson, helped carry the Brooklyn Dodgers to glory. And then in the small hours of January 28th, 1958, just months before the team would head west, his car skidded on a slick S-curve in Glen Cove, Long Island. And Roy Campanella's playing days were over. Two fractured vertebrae, paralyzed, confined to a wheelchair at 36 years old. A champion brought low not by a fastball, but by a patch of black ice. The Dodgers had moved to Los Angeles, but Campy had stayed behind on the East Coast. He never played a single regular season inning in California, and the Dodgers, bless them, they did not forget. Walter O'Malley and Pee Wee Reese cooked up a plan. Bring Campy out west, bring him to the Coliseum, stage an exhibition that could help with the mountain of medical bills, and let the people of Los Angeles, a city that had never seen him play, show him what he meant to the game. So they staged it. The defending world champion New York Yankees with Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra and Whitey Ford. The Los Angeles Dodgers with Duke Snider and Sandy Koufax and Cal Erskine. A preseason style exhibition tucked into the middle of the regular season. Yes, you heard that right. An exhibition in May, a baseball oddity. The demand for tickets was so feverish the Dodgers had to open 12 windows instead of the usual 3. Police had to push the crowds back from the gates. 3 times sales had to be halted, and before the first pitch, the people kept pouring in. Then, between the 5th and 6th innings, the light of the Coliseum went dark. Pee Wee Reese, that grand old shortstop, that captain of captains, wheeled Roy Campanella out toward home plate, and the public address announcer asked every single person in that ballpark to light a match, to strike a flame in tribute. And 93,000 matches flickered to life in the California darkness. Campanella himself wrote about that moment in his autobiography. He said the Coliseum suddenly burst into a mass of blinking stars. He said it was a gesture in the form of a birthday cake. He said he had never seen anything like it, a galaxy of little flames swirling around the man in the wheelchair. Imagine it, just imagine it. Campy waved and he wept, and so did half of the Coliseum. As for the game itself, well, the Yankees won it 6-2. They pounded out 13 hits against Sandy Koufax, Carl Erskine, and Gene Snyder. Mickey Mantle, Yogi Berra, the Pinstripes did what the Pinstripes do, but nobody really remembers the score. Nobody ever does. On nights like that, the score was beside the point. The score was a footnote to a benediction. When it was all said and done, Campanella received about $60,000 from the Dodgers' share of the gate, with the Yankees turning their share over to charity, and that crowd of 93,103 set a record between two major league teams that would stand for 48 years. It would not be broken until the Dodgers returned to that very same Coliseum on March 29, 2008 for another exhibition, that one against the Boston Red Sox, marking 50 years of Dodgers baseball in Los Angeles. A bookend, a record set in love, broken in nostalgia. Roy Campanella lived another 34 years after his accident. He worked for the Dodgers. He mentored young catchers Mike Scioscia, John Roseboro, a young man named Mike Piazza. The Hall of Fame called his name in 1969, and he carried himself always with a grace that put able-bodied men to shame. He always said that the night of May 7th, 1959, was one of the greatest of his life. Greater even than his MVPs, greater than his pennants, because on that night, in a stadium that had no business hosting baseball, in a city that had only just learned to love the Dodgers, 93,000 strangers told him with the strike of a match that he was not forgotten. That's baseball, my friends. That's why we love it. Not for the box scores and not for the standings, but for the nights when a game stops being a game and becomes something closer to a prayer. I'm Mr. Baseball. This has been Dates with Destiny, a Smell Baseball podcast. We'll see you tomorrow when the calendar turns to May 8th.